Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing the whole one heck of a blot collection from Soap and Glory. Being a kind of combo oily girl, it can be really difficult to find stuff that doesn't go just really dewy by the end of the day, so hopefully this is going to be a good one. The first product that I've got is the one heck of a blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. That is a mouthful and a half. It says that it has Shine Block and 12-hour matte spheres and pore shrink technology. You get 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounce of product in here. So all I've done is washed and moisturized my face. Okay, so it's like a white primer. Normally not a huge fan of kind of like pore filling primers. I find that they make my makeup kind of slide about all over the place, which I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, it doesn't feel kind of like your typical pore filling primer. It doesn't feel kind of like the Benefit Professional. So I'm hoping that it's a bit different. This is the foundation. This is the One Heck of a Blot All Day Liquid to Powder Foundation. You get 1 fluid ounce of this as well. Now, one thing I don't like about this is it only comes in 4 shades. This is the lightest shade. It's not the palest, so I might need to mix it in. I'll swatch it for you guys. It says to apply using your fingers or a brush. Now, oh good, it has a pump. To try it with the Real Technique sponge. I'm actually using this for the first time as well today. Just a little side note, I really wanted to try this because it has like the rounded butt of the Beauty Blender but has kind of the straight edge of the Real Techniques one. So, wait no, this is the Eco Tools one. So in the pack you get like a foundation one and I'm guessing like a concealer one. So I'm going to try that out today on one half of my face and I'm going to try a brush on the other depending on how it goes. So let's just try pumping some of that out. Now it's quite runny and it looks quite dark. It's quite liquidy actually. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna put some of this on my face. Yeah, definitely looks like it's gonna be too dark. I'm not sure if you guys can tell with the sun being an absolute idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna need to mix some in with that. I'm not sure. Deliver flawless full coverage with no cakiness. Blurs away the appearance of pores and imperfections. Well, off that pump, I'd say light coverage. But like I say, I'm gonna need to mix it in with some of my white mixer. So I'm just taking the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. I'm just gonna take 2 pumps of that. Yeah, it's super liquidy. Not sure how that's gonna be completely full coverage, but... And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of the white mixer and pop that in. I'm just going to take a little flat e.l.f. concealer brush and just mix that in. It definitely lightens it up quite a bit. Hopefully it doesn't oxidize. So yeah, this foundation is not for the pale girls. I still have quite a lot of product left in there, so I'm just going to try again with the sponge. So I'm not getting amazing coverage with the sponge. And I mean, I know that the sponge will shear it out a little bit, but you still want enough coverage, you know? Like, I'd say it's medium coverage. It's not completely covered everything. On the other side, I'm just gonna grab my little brush, just pick up the rest of that product that's in there and just see what kind of coverage. I feel like it's sinking into the skin is nice. I feel like it looks more like skin on this side. Oh, it's looking quite patchy. It dries down pretty quick when it says it dries to a powder finish. I definitely agree with that, but I'm not sure if you can see there. I'm gonna actually take my Expert face brush from Real Techniques and just see if it blends out any nicer with that. Oh gosh, no, look at my nose now. I've just put that. Oh. See if I can save it with a sponge. My pores are completely gone, I will give it that. I'm not sure if that's the primer or if that's the foundation. But if you're going to try and layer this up, if you're going to try and put extra product on top of product, it just takes it off. And it just set down so quickly that it just like takes it off itself. You can still see redness, pigmentation. It's even things out a little bit more, but no way in hell is this full coverage. Okay, so I don't even know if I want to try and put concealer over this. I just feel like it's just gonna... Oh no, actually it is transferring a little bit. I mean, I've tried the powder before and I really, really like the powder. But I'm not loving this. Not at all, unfortunately. Right. I'm gonna grab concealer, try and put a little bit of concealer on. And see where it goes from there. The foundation that was on the back of my hand is already oxidized. So I am praying to the high heavens that this doesn't oxidize. Right, okay. I'm just gonna pop some concealer on and get back to you. The little sponge. Like I say, I am completely poreless, but I don't know if that's just the foundation. No, not the foundation, the primer. So, I'm going to take the powder. I'm going to take a little powder puff and I'm just going to press this under my eyes. Hope to stop that creasing. And I'm just going to do the same in my smile lines. Take a big fluffy brush for the rest of my face. Now that my base is completely done, I really don't like it. That's my honest, that's where I am right now. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So, I put everything on and oh my god. The concealer blended out okay, like you saw. Powder went on okay. It was when it came to everything else. I put my bronzer on. My bronzer, you know, went on quite nice. Blush went on quite nice. And then when it came to highlight, put my highlight on and it was all fine. And then I put some highlight on the tip of my nose. Thanks, dog outside, thanks. And then I put some highlight on the tip of my nose and it completely broke the foundation up. So I removed the foundation off my nose and then tried to put foundation back on my nose, and it literally wouldn't blend into everything else because it had set down. So I've kind of fixed it. It looks okay. It's been about an hour since I put the foundation on now because I went and I had an ice cream. My mum actually commented about how airbrushed and how porcelain my skin looks. So that's a really, really good sign. So it is currently 15:09, so 3:10. Like I said, I just kept it quite simple. I've actually used the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker lipstick. This is in Love and No Beige, which is a shine colour. It's like this beautiful nude colour. It's kind of like my lip colour anyway, but it's super pretty. Smells like chocolate, like, oh, it just makes me want chocolate. Put a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on and sprayed my face with Urban Decay All Nighter. I actually think my skin looks okay at the moment. It's kind of like warmed up to my skin a little bit, so I will check back in with you guys in a couple of hours to see how it's wearing. Bye.
Hi YouTube.
So Michael's come home from work and he doesn't know that obviously I've been filming this video. What do you think of my makeup today? Do you think it looks heavy? Do you think it looks too dark? Do you think it looks like, can you see my pores? Does it look cakey?
Looks a bit like, I'm obviously not going to use the right terms, but I think it looks a little bit cakey, I think.
A little bit heavy?
Yeah.
Like, why does it look cakey? Like, why does it look heavy?
I don't know, it looks like there's too much product on. I'm not sure if that's the case or if it's just the type of product, but it looks like there's too much on. Oh, if it was just toned down a little bit.
I've literally put like one tiny...
Yeah, it's just, must just be the makeup, it just looks like you've got a lot on.
Me just, you can't even get out. So it's the end of the night. It is now 10:30. So I had this foundation on my face now for 8.5 hours. And I'll be honest, it looks good. This is literally no touch-ups. I've been laid down cuddling with Mike, so my head has been against him. The very tip of my nose, you can see there it's broken up. So that isn't looking very attractive. Forehead still looks good. Here it's broken up. Tip of my nose though, like here and here, still looks good. You can completely see my dark circles, which you wouldn't be able to with other foundations. It hasn't creased around my nose, which is really good. I'm not oily at all. I'm a tiny bit oily on my forehead, but I don't feel like you can see. It hasn't oxidized, it's the same colour as it was, but obviously I did need to mix it with a white mixer. Looks good. It definitely looks like I have foundation on it. It looked powdery for a lot of the day. I feel like it's only this past hour that it's kind of started to look a little bit more natural, but obviously, as you can see, it's just rubbing off my nose. You know, yeah. Like, you probably can't see, but when I touch my nose, it's completely coming off. I'm not sure if you guys can see that there. Which isn't very good. I mean, I haven't really touched my nose throughout the day, but as you can see, it does not look good where it's broken down. I mean, yeah, it's held up to its claims that it's going to stay matte all day, but whether or not it's worth it for looking cakey and chalky and powdery all day, I think I'd rather just powder throughout the day rather than looking like this. I mean, I'm going to try them again separately because I feel like maybe it's the combo of them all together that's made it look so cakey. And if I choose my normal primer with this foundation, maybe it wouldn't look like this. I am going to try the primer again tomorrow just to see if it makes me look as poreless with other foundations, because if it does that, that's really, really good. Not a big fan. Only 8 hours. It's not a huge amount of time. That's like a normal work day, 9 till 5. Doesn't look great. Would I recommend it? Not really. The shade range, it's not great. This is shade 1 of 4. As you can see, It's really dark. The darkest shade is like a medium tan. I don't think I'm gonna be recommending this to you guys, especially for the amount of money that you're paying for this. I mean, £10, it isn't that bad, but you can get so much better for a lot cheaper. So unfortunately, this is a no-go for me. That's it from me for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you as part of the family here on YouTube. I will see you next time. Mwah.